What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Average Bob, and in today's video, we're going to weigh in on some of the offseason decisions that the Giants can make from the offensive and defensive line perspective. Up until this point in the offseason, I've talked about some options outside of Cam Ward or Shooter Sanders in the draft for quarterback, also some free agent quarterback options that they can bring in, and then also some options at wide receiver, paying a crafty veteran to come in as well. Apparently, that wasn't enough so far for my boy JJG86, who said, if you're not talking about offensive or defensive linemen, I don't want to hear it. Well, bro, you're getting your video. And whoever else wanted this, stay tuned. We're going to dive through everything in terms of the current Giants offensive line, what additions they can make, and then also what the issue is on the Giants defensive front outside of Dexter Lawrence, the gaping holes that there have been since that Leonard Williams trade a couple years ago. The Giants have had success adding through the draft. Look at guys like Barry Cofield, Linval Joseph, Jonathan Hankins, BJ Hill, a guy we'll talk about in this video who could maybe come back, but he's going to cost a pretty penny. So there are a bunch of options available for how the Giants want to attack the situation, but definitely need to make some changes on the defensive line front because teams are just running the ball down the Giants' throat at will. Dexter Lawrence needs some help. He can't do everything himself. So with that, let's get started. The New York Giants are at a crossroads this offseason. To reclaim their dominance, they must address critical issues on both the offensive and defensive lines. Let's dive into the challenges and potential solutions that lie ahead. Left tackle Andrew Thomas, once an all-pro cornerstone, has faced significant setbacks after signing a lucrative 5-year, $117 million extension in 2023. His durability has come into question. A severe Liz Frank injury in 2024 has limited him to just 6 games, casting doubt on his future reliability. And it sucks because he was someone who took some time to get his legs underneath him at the NFL level. And he did have such an amazing season that one year. And since then, it's just been nonstop injuries. And I don't think he's someone who could necessarily be depended on, but we need him to be good because, one, he's getting paid a lot. 2, the offensive line's been so bad. So we just need him, and we have to pray that he does get back to, being healthy and reclaim his form. Last offseason, the Giants paid guard Jon Runyan Jr., and he joined with high expectations, but delivered a mixed performance. He showed some flashes of competence, but his season was cut short, leaving questions about his consistency and durability to that extent as well. I thought he played okay. Would definitely want to see more of him, but again, he's probably going to get restructured this offseason based on how he played last year and just to free up some more budget to sign other people in free agency. Next up is center John Michael Schmitz, who made strides in his second year, improving from a challenging rookie season. However, the leap wasn't as significant as we had hoped, indicating that there is room for further growth at this position. I would definitely like to see him keep improving. I think he's probably like 25 or 26 now because when they drafted him, he was very much on the older side of things. So watching him play, too, is a little bit tough because he gets banged up, he gets injured, and then he just can't pick up blitzes. And other teams found this out, and we're constantly doing it against him. So hopefully it'll be his second year for Carmine Brasillo, offensive line coach, who can just really work with him and bring him up to speed and just get him a solid option for us as center. And then veteran Greg Van Roten, despite being 35, showcased remarkable durability by playing every single game last season and across multiple positions. His experience and versatility made a strong case for his return for this upcoming season. I would definitely bring him back on some sort of veteran deal and see what he could do. Again, there's something about just having consistency, and at the offensive line position over the last few years, everyone's been hurt. Guys stink, but Van Roten was a bright spot for that. Next up, Jermaine Eluemunor's inaugural season with the Giants was steady. His adaptability definitely added to the offensive line because he can play the multiple positions between guard and tackle. And there is potential for stronger performance as well. I think from a game plan perspective, a lot of the times the Giants really left him out to dry without giving better chipping or blocking. So we'll see. I know he missed a couple of games due to injury, and he seemed pretty banged up, just not good there. So we'll see how that progresses into next season with his second full season with the team. And last but not least on the offensive line is obviously one of my favorite guys to talk about is former top 10 pick Evan Neal. He's faced significant challenges at tackle, raising concerns about his fit in that role. Listen, we've talked about this, him transitioning to guard to wear red in the face. I've done it on like 4 or 5 videos at this point, so I don't need to go into it in detail here, but maybe if he moves to guard, that can possibly help his skill set and offer some sort of path to redemption because He can't be trusted to play tackle, and if that's what he wants to play, if I was the Giants, I'd tell him to kick bricks and trade him or cut him. Other potential free agent guards would be Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs. Smith earned his first Pro Bowl selection in 2024, and at 26, he's set to command a significant contract, potentially around $20 million annually. Tevin Jenkins, formerly with the Chicago Bears, is a young talent valued at approximately $10 million per year. His addition could provide an immediate upgrade to the offensive line. And then last but not least is seasoned veteran Brennan Treff. And I can't believe he's already at the end of his career. I feel like he was just coming out of Iowa. It's kind of crazy how fast time in the NFL goes. But at 33, he could be a potential short-term solution, and it has a projected annual salary of about $6.7 million. So that's crazy. On the defensive front, Dexter Lawrence continues to be a formidable force, consistently ranking among the top 3 at his position. However, his exceptional performances highlight the need for additional support to prevent offenses from solely focusing on him. One intriguing prospect for this upcoming draft would be Mason Graham out of the University of Michigan. His disruptive presence and collegiate success made him a potential target for the Giants in the 2025 draft. I don't know if he's worth taking 3 overall. I guess we'll see what happens with the combine and buzz and where guys go up and down and their stock increases and decreases. So we'll see what happens there. And other potential options in this draft would be Derek Harmon out of Oregon. Harmon is a promising defensive tackle known for his strength and adaptability to disrupt offensive lines. His collegiate performance suggests he could be a valuable addition to the Giants' defensive front. From Ohio State is Tyleik Williams. He's a big boy. I've watched him play in many of those games, especially in the national championship, where he was able to showcase his impressive skills, making him a potential target, especially for the Giants to solidify that interior defense. Giants are familiar with Ohio State defensive tackles. See Jonathan Hankins. And then next up on the list would be Alfred Collins from Texas. Collins is recognized for his athleticism and versatility on the defensive line, and attributes that could benefit the Giants in bone schemes. And just to touch on free agency, although it does offer experienced defensive tackles, there are financial implications behind paying defensive tackles. So the Giants must weigh the immediate impact of such signings against the long-term salary considerations. And first name on this list, I spoke about it in the intro, but a familiar face in our boy, BJ Hill, who's really been great on the Bengals and, since he left the Giants. He's been a consistent performer, making him a value candidate for bolstering the defensive front. Milton Williams, an interior pass rushing specialist from the Eagles. Williams had 7 sacks in 2024. Could definitely help pass rush, but also from a run-stopping perspective. And then Osi Odigizua, previously from the Cowboys, who's definitely leaving, is known for his interior pass rushing skills, and then having recorded 7 sacks in 2024. Yeah, he'll probably get a significant payday because of that. But again, you have to think that he was on a defensive line where he didn't have to be the guy. He had Micah Parsons around. He had DeMarcus Lawrence. So there are other guys taking up a lot of the other opponents' game plans, which allowed for him to showcase his skills. Regardless, reinforcing the offensive and defensive lines is paramount for the Giants' resurgence and building for the future. Strategic decisions and player development, draft selections, the free agency will be crucial in fortifying the trenches and setting the stage for a successful season ahead. Let me know what you guys think on who we want to add to the offensive line or defensive line through the draft or free agency. Love to hear your thoughts. And please just drop them in the comments down below because it certainly helps the algorithm in getting this video out to more people. And if you liked it, give a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.